Welcome everybody. LevelMDiecast bringing you Diecast Haul episode 53. We're going to kick this off with some Matchbox. This video is a little bit late. Do apologize. Meant to get this up yesterday. Extreme technical difficulties on my side. I basically had a computer just kind of blow up. Things happen. We're going to kick this off with Matchbox though, which is pretty cool. This is the Looney Tunes 5-pack. This is from 2003. I have been, like I've mentioned before, this is what we're doing. This is our focus for 2024 is to get caught up, or at least make a massive dent on all these licensed 5-packs. This one happens to be, like I said, 2003. So between roughly 2001 and 2006, 2007, there's probably about 100 different ones. And I just kind of skipped over them all, unfortunately, because I just didn't care at the time. But I am a completist, so I am going to work on doing that this particular year. Hopefully I can get really lucky at the gathering and find somebody who has a lot. Maybe Jim might break out some cool stuff. All right, we're just going to go down from the top. This is the first one here, Volkswagen W12. This is a pretty cool casting. Hasn't been used too many times. I think it's one of the coolest ones. They used this not that long ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. I think it's a super cool casting. It's super wide, super big. This one happens to have Daffy Duck on the side there, which looks kind of cool. There is the same details on the other side. Same exact tempo, both sides. No front or rear prints, so just 2 standard passes. So they're basically going to be treated exactly like a standard mainline, even though the premium packs is what these were considered. These were like $2 more than a standard 5-pack when they were new. All right, Bugs Bunny is wrapped over the Tahoe, the nice Chevy Tahoe, one of the cooler castings to come out of the late 90s. I really do like this casting. They did a pretty good job. There are police versions as well. This one looks okay. It does have a amber window with some orange interior, blue. Again, these were licensed packs geared towards kids. They weren't necessarily really towards the collector, which is why I think one of the reasons why I've avoided them for so long, and I really regret it because it's definitely a lot more expensive to get them nowadays. All right, Tweety Bird on the FJ Holden panel van. Holden panel van looks pretty cool. This one is one of the only ones to use these kind of disc hub wheels, which kind of went away. They used them for a little bit. Actually, they used these through I think maybe 2007, 2008 maybe. Maybe sparsely after that. This one looks okay. Nothing fancy. Does have a blue base on it. Just again, a Tweety on the other side. Exactly the same decals on each side. Sometimes Hot Wheels pop culture, they'll give you 2 different decals on other sizes. Matchbox was definitely not doing that. All right, Land Rover Freelander. This is a pretty cool casting. Does have lensed headlights, as you can see. Part of that reddish window. Does have a blue interior, so if you look through the window, it looks purple, which is cool. This one has the Tasmanian Devil on the side. Looks pretty cool. The prints were pretty good on these. Pretty good quality prints. Even though they weren't really like inkjet style printing. But they're still pretty good. A lot of people call it dot matrix printing. And it does look like that. But this was a pretty interesting casting. There's been quite a few versions of this. No fanciness to it. No suspension or anything. Does have the saw blade wheels. And then has a spare tire piece on the back that is added on. Definitely wouldn't get away with that nowadays. Not even on a premium. Which is a little bit of a bummer. So throw that guy up there, the Tasmanian Devil. And then the last one in the mix, 69 Camaro convertible. This one has Wile E. Coyote on there, which looks pretty cool. He's just, looks like he's on maybe a surfboard or something like that. Looks kind of cool. This is a relatively large casting. This has been retooled recently, a few years ago, shrunk down considerably, and they have released a few versions of it. Although it doesn't look anything like this, it's the open headlight version as well. They made a lot of changes to the casting, but this was the original version of the casting. There is some deets down there. China bases on these, by the way. So no date codes or nothing like that. Throw that up there. Like I said, it was 2003. We'll get the plastic out of here. All right, I got one more Matchbox. Not a whole lot of Matchbox. I did pick up, finally found the interior variation for this guy. I already covered these in a video. Was looking for the interior variation. They finally restocked, so if you go back as of the date of this video to when I posted the off-road rally setup, from there until now is how long it took to restock, which has been like a month. So, but it did get restocked, so I'm pretty happy about that. I don't know if we're going to be able to see into the back. You can kind of see there's a toolbox on this side, and then there's a chainsaw in there. The other interior, there's like a jerry can here on the corner, and then there's like some other stuff, and the toolbox is still there. But you got to look for that jerry can or the chainsaw. That's how you tell the two differences. This casting always has black interior, so it's almost impossible to see it. You got to look through the blister, and then you got to look through the window, and then try to look at the interior. It's definitely a frustrating one for sure. You see on the base seats, they no longer have a date code on there. So they have gotten rid of date codes. So I guess for reissue purposes, I guess they can just get away with having to not worry about the reissues because, of course, there is date codes on that stuff. All right, just posted this up on my Insta today. I did complete one of these sets. Dominic Toretto. Never, ever, ever saw Women of Fast. It never popped up. We went from the set with the Hummer and the El Camino right to this set. So this is the 1995 Mazda RX-7. The half premium version is what these sets are. Of course, it does have 5 models. We do have all 5 models. One brand spanking new casting in this mix. So we'll just take a look at this 1995 Mazda. It's just going to be, the body's going to be exactly what we've seen in premium with all the deco and stuff on there. It's not that really nice high quality print though, but it still looks good. Details still look good. I do like their silver label premium wheels. I think the silver label premium wheels are pretty good. The deco on the side does look pretty good. Headlight details look good. You see your Mazda logo in there as well. Prints on all 4 sides. This one is plastic base. Plastic base, so this does not have a metal base. So no need to even try to compare this to the premium version because it's got a plastic base. T10 is the day code on that one. So it's a relatively okay one. It's not too great, but it's nice to get one that's a little bit more affordable, although you are sacrificing quite a bit for the affordability. All right, number 2 in that mix, of course, 1970 Chevy Chevelle. This one's been released a couple times in this primer gray, so nothing new here. All of these, except for the new casting, have been released as premiums previously. This one looks pretty good in just this matte gray, this primer gray. One single side mirror on there looks pretty good. Really, really good quality prints there on the front. Says SS on there, a little bit of print for the bumper, for the turn signals as well. I think that wheel actually looks pretty good on this model. A little bit of print for the door handle as well. Side markers done up, and then of course the rear end is done up. JSM 586 is the California plate with the prints there on the base, and then a little bit of Chevelle print right there on the trunk lid. That is pretty nice. Metal base, as you saw, so pretty nice to see that. So at least something's got a metal base in there. This one is pretty cool. I mean, for $3.50 on that particular casting, that one's a steal. That one's definitely a steal. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. 3. The Lykan Hypersport. W Motors Lykan Hypersport. This one's been released twice in that deco, which is a little bit unfortunate. But now we get one in silver label premium, which just has different wheels on it. So this one looks pretty good. It's all the same details on it, all the same prints. Prints in the front look good. Model looks good. Definitely has that premium flair to it. Just has these wheels that don't look as good. It's a relatively small wheel in the back too. It just doesn't look all that great, but the prints there. Prints are definitely there. I think this model is kind of here nor there. This one has a metal base, which is pretty nice. So 2 of the 3 have had metal bases so far. It's just kind of hard, I don't know of anybody who's actually seen a Lykan Motors in real life or anything like that, but it's definitely a cool looking car. Nonetheless, I know there's a lot of hoopla and controversy around that particular car. All right, number 4 of 5, the only brand new casting in the mix, 1950 Chevy Fleetside. This is from the Puerto Rico race when he strips the car down as far as he can to make it as fast as he can. And then he uses a bottle cap to make it faster, if I remember correctly. It's a little bit of a ridiculous one, for sure. This naturally, as you'd expect by looking at it, is a pretty light casting. It does have a plastic base. There is your base details for that plastic base. I wish they could have given it a metal base. It does have no doors and no front end on it. That engine, though, is metal. It's a metal engine, which looks pretty good. That is the rivet spot for the front end. I do like the wheels in gold foil print. Looks pretty good. The kind of rust patina on it actually looks really, really good. They actually did a pretty good job with that. Of course, the window just goes from front to back because there's no doors or anything on there. It's actually kind of a cool casting. There's a fuel door in the back. Looks pretty cool. Quite a bit of detail on the inside as well. It's not too bad. It's actually kind of a pretty cool casting. I think that's a relatively iconic car from the series. I think this car absolutely deserved to be made 100% for sure, because I just think it fits just fine. All right, number 5 out of mix. 68 Dodge Charger. We've seen this a few times. Been released twice in premium. It's also been released in a basic mainline version. So this is yet another basic mainline type of version. However, this one does have a plastic base. There is your plastic base details on there, which is fine. I do like the wheels on it. The gold for that, sorry about that, that RT stripe in the back looks especially nice. Very, very nice, crisp gold. Looks very, very, very good. Prints on the back look good as well. It says Dodge on there. Digging that for sure. Prints are excellent. No prints on the front, obviously. It does have a chrome interior piece for that grille, which also is for the interior. It's a mid-engine Charger, by the way. Mid-engine, rear-wheel drive, ultra-wide body. It's pretty cool. Again, just another version of what we've already seen. Not particularly anything particularly new or fancy or anything like that, but it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, got some more Hot Wheels action for us. I do have two of the new 2-packs. I do have the Bronco here and the Raptor. So the Bronco's brand new. Raptor is a reissue. I do have the original one. We can do a little bit of comparo. This is the mix. I do have the Volkswagen pack as well. Unable to find the Golf pack as well. I've been looking for that one. Haven't been able to spot it. But I do have these two, so we'll just go ahead and crack these open. No need to wait and do a video. Just get them out there. They are slowly going to be old news. So we'll just jump on the bandwagon right now. All right, take a look at our brand new first edition one. This is the newest edition for the Bronco, which looks good. I do like the R printed there in the grille. Looks pretty good. Headlights, just a basic little bit of print. Not too much print. Kind of interesting, the lack of print there in the front. KMC wheels on the side of this one. Looks pretty good. Got Lucas Oil on there. Ford Performance as well. Ford on there, rigid. The gold is fantastic. Very metallic. Looks very, very good. Gray interior for the roll cage and all that good stuff. A little bit of print for the taillights. Those nice 6-spoke off-roads. It's a pretty decent version. T06 base code for those guys. So we'll throw that guy up there since he's the noob. All right, this is a reissue. We've previously seen this one in a Car Culture off-road pack. See, this one does have a bent wheel. Look at that. It already comes pre-cambered. So it's all right. It's not too shabby. All right, this is the original version here. This is the one that was released first. M30 is the day code. That one right there on the bottom. It is highly unlikely there'll be anything different between the two of these. The bottom is the original release, where you see that the taillights are significantly different. The original one had some pretty small print taillights. The new one on the top actually covers up where it should be. The new one on the top also has much, much lighter red for the 17 and that red stripe. Significantly lighter. All of the red on there. Looks pretty good. They do have the same wheels, both of them. Take a look at the front deets. Left one is your original. Headlights and stuff look exactly the same. Flip these up here. Original on the left. All those details look the same as well. Same color interior. All that good stuff like that. Original on the left. Definitely better taillights on the new one. You can see they fill up the whole thing. The original one here in the background didn't quite fill that whole thing up. And then as far as the casting goes, casting has not been modified, so you still have the same details in it. The same black and all that good stuff like that. And then just taking a look at the base deets. Just a little bit newer finish on the one on the top. It's got a little bit more of a bluish hue to it. But as far as the base goes, they are exactly the same. So, like all things, you will have quality of print changes. But that's pretty common. All right, next one up, we do have the Volkswagen Jetta in the Volkswagen IDR Twin Pack. This is a reissue of the Team Transport set. I do have that one. We'll take a comparo look at it. You know, we've only seen 2 versions of the ID. I think this was a really big missed opportunity for Hot Wheels to give us at least one other version. We'll take a look at our newbie first. This is one of only 2 versions of the Jetta outside of Fast and Furious to be done. The other one being the red one in Modern Classics. This one looks pretty good. I like the yellow wheels. They match well with the yellow roll cage inside. It has Bilstein on the side. All the prints look good. Details on the back look pretty good as well. It says Bilstein on there, Jetta. Got your Volkswagen logo. Not too shabby. There is the deets in the front. It does have the headlights painted up, but the whole grille is black, so they kind of just blend in there a little bit. But the fog lights and stuff are done as well. The Volkswagen symbol there in the grille looks pretty good. And then this one just has a gloss metallic base, black metallic base, T07 on this one. So pretty, it's like 3 or 4 week difference between these 2 packs, which is kind of interesting. I think that's the best version of the Jetta thus far. I have to say that's the best version by far. All right, Volkswagen ID. There's really nothing to be fancy about this one. Like I said, it is the reissue of this. Reissue of this particular Team Transport right there. This one is dated P30. So P30 is our original there on the bottom. This casting is extremely wide. It's probably one of the widest castings that Hot Wheels makes, so might be a little bit difficult to compare some stuff. All the prints are the same. Your decals are the same. The blues look the same. The fade to the white looks the same. All those details look exactly the same. I mean, this one looks really spot on. Details on the side here looks exactly the same as well. Prints, the wheels are the same. It even has the same print on the wing and the back, so that's unfortunate. There is the details on the side here. Again, the original there on the bottom. Nothing changed as far as the base details go. Print in the front, all that stuff looks exactly the same. They both have the same R. That one's disappointing. I will give it to Hot Wheels. It's a spitting image. It is definitely a spitting image, but I was hoping there'd be something different there. I was hoping there'd be something different, but unfortunately there isn't. So it is what it is, but it's still a cool model. Just not that cool, I guess. All right, one more Hot Wheels item. This is way back in the day. This is actually Hot Wheels 25th anniversary. Been hunting this one down a little bit. This is the Jack Baldwin signed commemorative edition Camaro. This one is in gold chrome. Has gold chrome rear tires on there, and then just red painted on the front. Looks good. I have almost every single version of this casting now. I'm getting super close. I just have some pretty much heavy hitters now. This was one of the heavier hitters. Does come with a little paperwork back here. Just does certify that it has in fact been signed by Jack Baldwin under 2958. So nothing fancy about that. I might, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I might crack this open someday. We'll see. I'm just going to kind of set this to the side a little bit. Just tilt it back. Way back. All right, got a bunch of Greenlight. I do have some Greenlight. So I picked this up today. This is a Target Chase Red Bronco. So here's the deal. Greenlight chases are junk. They really are. The demand for Greenlight chases are pretty much zero, whether it be Walmart, Target, or just regular green machines. So I've decided that instead of just leaving them, if it's a casting that I actually collect, I'm just going to add it to the collection. So this one being a red edition, you guys know that we do the Bronco, the two-door Bronco. I've already covered Showroom Floor Series 5. So we'll just go ahead and roll with this one. So pull this guy out of there. This actually looks pretty good in the package. Some of these red editions are I call them red editions, but really they're just Target chases. It kind of looks like Christmas. I do like the print for the wheels. still has the silver on there, which looks fantastic. There is your red base, which is, of course, you know, the Target Chase. But this one looks really good. Mirrors look really, really good on it. We've already covered this model. The top does come off. It's a convertible-ish. Not technically the term for it, but we call it a drop top. The top is a little finicky to get on there. There we go. Snap, crackle, pop. Detail on the back, matching spare tire looks pretty good as well. So we will throw that guy there again. Just looks a little bit like Christmas, just a little bit. All right, here's the deal. I'm sure that the guys that are very common to my channel, the returning viewers, I appreciate all you. I especially appreciate the people who return every single video. I actually got this one and one other Smokey Bear with my last Greenlight haul. That it's been like almost a month now, probably maybe a month or maybe longer. I missed 2 of these cracking open. So this is one of the ones I missed cracking open. It's because they got buried in a bunch of empty clamshells and stuff from other Greenlight stuff, and I kind of forgot that they were there. So we're just going to go ahead and cover them now. 1983 GMC Suburban. This is for Smokey and the Bear Series 3. I do have a couple of models here. In the haul, we had the Power Wagon, and then, of course, the Suburban. I did come across the Harvester Scout, so we're going to take a look at that one. And the last one that I'm particularly looking for is the Nissan Patrol. Those are the only ones that I collect. This is, of course, the new, kind of universal blister style. It's ridiculously thick. Like ridiculously thick. And you guys will understand when I get to a couple of these other Greenlights, because I have 5, 6 Greenlights. So we're just going to go ahead and crack this one out. I can't believe I missed cracking this one, especially the Suburban. Like, what was I thinking? All right, get this guy out of there. Boom, boom. Slide him out. Come on. Come on. Go. Yeah, the Greenlight stuff is in there like super, super tight nowadays. All right, there is our GMC Suburban. It says, thanks for listening there on the side. There is your good old Smokey the Bear on the back. Prints look absolutely fantastic. Wheels are great. Nice white walls. The ones in the front are a little crooked. The ones in the back are a little crooked as well, but they're not as bad as they normally are. Only you, it says, only you can prevent forest fires. Look at the details on the front of this one. GMC there in the logo looks good. This is not an opening hood, but it is an interchangeable hood. 4 trim levels. So it looks pretty good. Again, same details on the back. That nice old school Suburban logo, and then it says Smokey on the plate. There is the base deets here. 634 is the number for this one. Black painted base looks absolutely fantastic. No trailer hitch on this one. This one's actually not even drilled for the trailer hitch, which is interesting. But this has already been released with a trailer hitch, so we know the trailer hitch is good. And of course, you can see, that Suburban's nice and big. Super primo. All right, next one up that I missed, 1946 Dodge Power Wagon Fire Truck. This one looks fantastic. It's such a good casting, but it's just a little bit small. Just a little bit bummed out about that. It's definitely, I would say this is definitely closer to 187 scale, like HO scale, way closer than it is to 164 scale. It's neither scale, but it's definitely closer to HO scale than it is to 164 scale, which is unfortunate. This one we got to be a little bit more careful with. There's a lot of pieces on it. Plus, it's got side mirrors that are added on there. So just be a little bit more gentle with this one. So this is some new tooling. The ladder racks on the side are new. That hose reel there in the middle is new as well. So that looks pretty good. Those nice bead locks. Only you, again, there is the shield on there. Only you can prevent it. Power Wagon looks pretty good. Quality on this one looks absolutely fantastic. The mirrors look good. Definitely look good. They're not perfect, but they're good. Even has a little bit of print there for the windshield wipers, which is interesting. Take a look at the base D's, or take a look at the back before we go to the base. Dodge embossed there in the back there. It's a little bit weird to see the G, but it does say Dodge. I assure you it says Dodge. That's pretty good. Has a little canister there on the side with a little bit more print. Sometimes Greenlight goes a little bit above and beyond. Not all the time, but sometimes. 1479 is the number on this one. Again, a very, very good casting. Just a little bit too small. I mean, look how small that looks next to that Suburban. That's not right. That's just not right. All right, last one I have for Smokey and the Bear. I did pick this up from Hobby Lobby. As you can see, Hobby Lobby's prices have gone up. What is new? Everything is going up. But now, Greenlights are $1 more expensive now. It is what it is. It is what it is. Still cheaper than getting it shipped to you. 1961 Harvester Scout. I am working on the Scouts. They've released a handful of Scouts already. Just working my way through trying to get them all. This one looks pretty good because it doesn't have the roll bar on the top. Typically the roll bar seems to be broken, at least on all the ones I get. You guys have seen me pull those. They are almost always broken. We'll get this out of there. These blisters are really thick. Like, I can't even tell you guys how thick these are. They're just crazy thick. There we go. There is our 61 International Harvester Scout. Kind of the base model Scout. The wheels on this one are fantastic. Look at the wheels. Wheels look really, really good. Smokey and the Bear. It's kind of super old school. It's actually like 60s Smokey Bear vibe. That's actually kind of cool. That's actually kind of cool. I actually kind of like that a lot. Details on the front look fantastic. Prints look good. This looks absolutely fantastic. Details on the pack. Smokey Bear right there on the wheel cover. Silver painted for the hitch. The hitch is plastic. Sometimes they're metal, but this one's plastic. 1280 is the number for the base. Base looks pretty good. I don't think this is I don't think the top comes off. The top, in fact, does not come off. So if you get one of these, just remember that the top is fixed. Fixed. All right, so I was talking about the blisters. I got one more here. This is the next International Harvester Scout. 1967 for the United States Postal Service hobby exclusive. So the other one, like, I was trying to bend, but look at this one. I mean, these just bend and bend and bend. This is the old version of the blisters. You just see how just super thin everything was. So that is one good thing that I'm very happy with them with. They did upgrade the clamshells. And I think that that's going to be one of the biggest things moving forward to help with broken parts. So we'll get this guy popped out of there. Boom. All right, 1967. I don't think there's going to be much different. Definitely has a different grill logo in there. It looks okay. This one's probably going to be a little bit more old school quality. There is some nice print on the side. You have a mail truck number there on the top. Some details on there. See if I can get that. It's kind of cool. Talking about like a zip code and stuff. For official use only. Wow, there's actually quite a bit of print. It even has some print for like the tire pressure. That's pretty impressive. A lot of really, really cool details on that. This one's kind of cool because there's no spare tire on it, so you get to see the whole back end. I think that's kind of cool. U.S. mail there again on the top. That red stripe is painted on the top. A little bit of print on the top as well. Again, U.S. mail. And it is right-hand drive. Ooh, that is super cool. Right-hand drive. Super, super cool. Man, I love when Greenlight pays attention to detail. That's super cool. All right, base deets on this one. Not painted up. Does have a number on there, though. 253. That's a pretty low number for a hobby exclusive. And, of course, this guy is four-wheel drive. You see the transfer case in there. People have been getting on me about calling models out. Look, if the base is not done right, you can't call it four-wheel drive. It's two-wheel drive. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. All right, one more Greenlight. Another hobby exclusive. This is for the Kennedy Space Center. The KSC Security Patrol. Looks cool with all that like super cool font on there. Looks all craziness. This is the second generation four-door Charger. The updated facelifted version from the original first generation four-door Charger. So kind of an interesting choice to make an older casting, but it's all good. The Charger's a Charger. We'll take it. So there is your Kennedy Space Center. Does have a clear bar there on the top for the lights and stuff like that. There's your emergency number, 867-5309. No, I'm just kidding. It's not Jenny. 7911. Looks pretty good. KSC Security Patrol on the side. Of course, has the Steelies on there. The side mirrors on this casting are actually part of the window, so those are plastic. Those are notorious for breaking, so you do have to be careful. Of course, based on an actual unit, so you do have plate details in there. Of course, U.S. government plates on there. There is a Dodge in the grill, but it's pretty jacked up. It's pretty jacked up. This guy does have opening hood. Just has a typical 5.7 Hemi down in there. Nothing fancy. something that we haven't seen a million times. The hood never stays up, but they do open pretty good. Lens taillights on the back. It says this is for traffic enforcement. Again, there is your plate details for your U.S. government plate. Base details 1887 is the number, which is a sticker, which is cool. It's alright. So we'll set that guy there. Now, I do have a couple more items. I actually put these up on my Instagram yesterday, as of the time of this video, because I was actually going to be throwing these in the haul, which unfortunately I didn't get the video up yesterday. Like I said, I had massive technical difficulties. But I posted these up on my Instagram. Just wanted to show you guys these. There is some new Muscle Machine stuff out. I do have to buy them online. No, I did not find them in the store. You pretty much can't find them in the store. It's impossible. Nobody's stocking by now. Pretty much every retailer has given up on Muscle Machines. It's been the worst product rollout in the history of product rollouts. But now they're coming out with some really good stuff, and it might be a little bit too late. This is one of the newest transports. There's a couple more out, but I have been unable to obtain them. This one is the Ford COE with the SVT Cobra on the back, 1993 SVT Cobra in black, which looks absolutely fantastic. You guys know we don't open the Muscle Machines, but I do want to showcase there is something new out. The other transports out that I've been seeing floating around is the Mack, the new casting Mack with the red Countach on the back. And then there's also a BRE hauler with a Datsun BRE on the back. People on the Bay are asking ridiculous amounts of money for those. But check it out. Like I said, they are coming out with the cool stuff now. 1983 Toyota Sprinter Trueno, the AE86 in typical Initial D style, Shigeno version style, the white and the black. Don't have one of these to open, so I don't know if the headlights are movable, or maybe this one just happens to be kind of sitting there. I feel like the headlights might be movable, which would be pretty cool. This one is number 39. This is the wave that's currently, this is part of the 88 Chevy Camaro. That is the IROC style Camaro. That one's not quite out yet. Countach, that one should be in, I want to say it's in like a yellow maybe. And then Sprinter Toretto here, the C10. We do have that C10. The Buick GNX, I think that one's already been out. It's the white one, I think. And then the 49 Ford F1 pickup, that one's also already out. So this is kind of the release set. This one and the previous one that has been kind of floating around. So hopefully this will kind of catch up some stuff. All right, number 33. This is the Mark IV Supra, 1995 to 95 to 97 Supra Mark IV. This one is with the big whale wing in the back. Front mount intercooler in there. Sorry, I had a little bit of a brain aneurysm. It looks pretty good. I think the Supra is a pretty decent one for having the big, huge butt on there, which is the Muscle Machine style. That's just the way that they do it. This is the mix for that one. 86 Audi Quattro S1. That one has been out. The 454 SS, we do have that one. I will show that one shortly. The Supra, where he is right here. The F40 was the white one. And then the Shelby GT500, I think that one was out. I don't think this RWB is out yet, though. So I'm going to have to pull out all my stuff. Again, this is from Series 6. I'll have to pull out my stuff and see exactly where we are. All right, this one is a special edition Miho Exclusives. Yes, Miho Exclusives has finally jumped on the Muscle Machines bandwagon. This one is just for Liberty Walk. It does say number 26 because the standard Liberty Walk one is number 26. That's the red and black one. This is the R34 in your typical silhouette deco. White and yellow. Looks pretty good. It's the exact same casting that we've already seen. Actually, it might be a different wing on the back, but the rest of it, I think, is exactly the same. It looks very weird being scrunched up, but it's different. It's different. I think it's nice to get something a little bit different in the mix rather than the same old, whatever. As you can see, there's no release numbers on the back. Just wanted to showcase that. This is just a purely Miho Exclusives release. Also, there are chases of some of these ones. The chases are now raw. So there is a chase of this one. It's raw. I'm going to have to try to get that one. That one's going to be difficult for me. All right, another Miho exclusive, number 32. This is not actually number 32. This color is just Miho exclusive. This is not the actual 454 SS. That is the standard issue. I'll get to that one here in a minute. This one in yellow, this is the OBS truck. This one looks absolutely fantastic with a couple black stripes on there. Details look really, really good. I think they did a great job with the OBS. Love the Chevrolet on the back. That looks good. Good details on there. Again, number 32. Not the original release of number 32. The original release of 32 is going to be this one. This is the standard 32 release for the OBS pickup in red with the big blower out the top of it, chrome wheels, and some red line tires on there. Looks good. Like I said, this is the actual number 32. Miho Exclusive has their own recolors and own versions, so that's kind of the way this is going to work. Again, there is the mix there. So like I said, we'd have the 93 454, which we do. We'll set that guy to the side. Like I said, we'd also have a number 40. This is the recolor. We have seen number 40 already, but this is the recolor. For Miho Exclusives, the C10, the 72 C10. This one looks really good in orange and white. Chrome front end looks fantastic. I really like the details on there. No big blower, nothing sticking out of it, which is pretty nice. Just regular Chevy in the back as well. So they did a pretty good job on that one, so throw that one to the side. And there is another version of 32, so Miho has done two versions of number 32. This one is in black. So we had the red standard edition and then Miho Exclusive in black with the same big, huge blower out the top, which looks pretty good. Again, number 32. Just a recolor, exclusive color for Miho. Again, just part of the exact same set. So you're not going to find these in stores. The Miho ones, you won't find these in stores. You will, hopefully, however, find that one in the store because that's the standard release. So, and that's, of course, if, Muscle Machines ever stocks ever again. So, all right, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is Diecast haul number 53. Sorry it's a little bit late, but we're good to go now. We're rolling. And we'll catch you next time here on Level M. Peace.